Technically it's Black Friday, but it really doesn't feel like it. Like, it's not giving 2008 Black Friday, if you know what I mean. Hey y'all, if you're new here, my name is Be Me Queen, and I'm gonna go book shopping today on Black Friday, but I'm going to a Black-owned bookstore. It's actually one of my favorites I've been to in LA so far, so I'm really excited to take you guys with me. Usually I wouldn't go out on Black Friday if I weren't like searching for a deal, but I've been on TikTok all day today and it seems like no one is out for Black Friday, so I think it'll be the perfect time for me to go to the bookstore. I don't think anybody is checking for the bookstore, so I think we're good. I'm gonna bring you guys along. I am on my journey of reading 52 books this year. I'm on book number 36. So I have been keeping a record and I have been reviewing books here on YouTube, but I do need a few more books and I think I still have time. So it's Black Friday, so it's November 24th. I can finish a book today, and I've been reading like 10 to 14 books a month. So I really feel like if I push through the next 4 books this month, then I can reach my goal for next month. Does that make sense? Is that girl math hitting? Okay, let's just go to the store. Running a quick errand in LA just like is not a thing. Like, I went to the car wash and I was there for 25 minutes. Why? Couldn't tell you. The car wash wasn't busy. There weren't a lot of people there, but 25 minutes later. Anyway, we have made it to the bookstore. So I'm going to one of my favorite Black-owned bookstores today. I'm really not looking for anything specific, but I do like going to Black bookstores because I feel like I don't have to be looking for anything specific. Like, when I go to a Barnes and Noble, I have to search for specific types of titles, and I typically read a lot of Black-owned books, right? It is a challenge for me to have to go out and search and find them, but in Black-owned bookstores, most of the books are Black-owned, so it's like someone has done like the pre-shopping for me, if you know what I mean. Like, I don't really have to try. I can just literally peruse. Anyway, this is a pretty big bookstore too, and it's in the middle of like a neighborhood. So I'm not in a big shopping center or nothing. I can't tell like by the number of cars there are if there are people in the store, because it's literally in a neighborhood. Like, I am parked outside of somebody's house. So yeah, I don't know how busy it is. I doubt it's gonna be really busy because people really are not shopping. Like, it is like crickets out here. I'm hoping to find at least like, I would say like 6 books. We'll see if they have a sale. I don't know. Even if they don't have a sale, I'm still gonna buy books. Like, I was gonna come here anyway. It doesn't really matter that it's Black Friday. So yeah, let's see what they have today. This bookstore is kind of hidden, so if you don't know what you're looking for, then you probably won't find it other than the bright green door. But inside is so cute and it's so cozy, and they were playing Black people Christmas music, and if you know, you know. That is my vibe. It really reminded me of home for some reason, and I couldn't really focus on the books too much until I had to just drown it out and then actually read what was going on with the books. Since it was Black Friday, there were a few employees in there, and they were so funny, just kikiing in the background so you can see them throughout the book. But they were also really helpful too. So one of the employees told me about all the deals they had going on, which again, I was going to shop here anyway, so it didn't really matter if they had deals going on or not. I spent most of my time in the fiction section, so I was looking at a lot of romance novels and mystery novels because those are my jam, but they do have separate other sections where you can get nonfiction. So this is like the middle table and any of the newer titles that just came out. And then in the back wall, they also have cookbooks, travel books, nonfiction memoirs, nonfiction stories, essays. They really have a lot of everything. Like, it takes me a long time to go through what I want, but they also have this one section of signed books that you can look at. So when you buy the book, they'll either give you a sticker to put in the book, or it's already been signed by the author. And they also have a discount cart, which is I think 25% off or 15% off, one of those two. So it took me some time to really find the books that I wanted, and I usually will go back and forth in my mind of like, what books do I want to get? Like, is it a really good book? And that's what I will do in a Barnes and Noble. But in this store, I will just pick up books. Like, they just are magnets to me. It's actually really hard for me to control myself in this store because they have so many good titles, and a lot of them I haven't seen in other stores before. Plus, I also trust the recommendations of the people that work here because, one, they're really sweet and we kind of have the same taste in books, so they can tell me what to expect sort of without giving away any of the endings or without spoiling anything. So I love that. Usually when I'm in Barnes and Noble, I don't really have to be able to talk to. I kind of just like go with whatever whatever book that I think sounds good at the moment, which has been either hit or miss, and most of them recently have been pretty big misses, I'm not even gonna lie. The one thing I wish this bookstore did have is a wine book night. Like, I would literally camp out in the store. They do have a couch and like sitting area, which I try not to sit at because I know I will get stuck there for hours just reading. So I try not to sit down on the couch, but I would love to just have like a wine time to do that work here. I got more than I thought, but I met the owner. So apparently the last time I went to the store, I met the owner and I didn't realize she was the owner. But today she saw me again and she was like, hey, you're back. And I was like, yeah. And she was doing her like owner stuff. So they did have a lot of employees in there today and they were starting to see more traffic as I was leaving. But I'm gonna show you guys all the books that I got when I get home. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go. I am back with my books. I went book shopping with my book tote that I got at a Spotify event a few days ago. So this was really handy. Spotify has audiobooks. That's what the event was for. Okay, let's get into the books. I got a total of 8 books. So they were having a 15% off all book sale. And if you spent more than $20, you got a free gift. So wait till I show you the gift that I got. What's interesting is that most of the books that I got today are all blue. The last time I went to that bookstore, most of the books I bought were yellow. It's very strange how I like kind of do that without even trying. Let's get into it. So this one is the Aawa Murders. I don't think I'm saying that correctly, but this one is about, if the section takes place in the 1970s, and normally I don't read books that took place in the past. Like, I'm not really into historical fiction like that. And this one isn't historical, it's just fiction, but it is about a birthday party that is held in this huge villa in Japan, and 17 people die by a cyanide poisoning in their drinks. So it is a mystery to figure out who poisoned all the drinks and what is happening. But the actual solving of the murders slash poisoning does take place in present day. So it's kind of like a past and present day story. So this is a really interesting read. I've been reading a lot of Asian American novels, and I don't know if you guys know, I am part Chinese. So I think that's where the interest is coming from, that I'm just like, oh, let's dabble in this and see what this is about. So I'm really excited to read this one. This one I picked up immediately. Like, I saw it and I was like, oh yes, group of murders, let's do it. Yes, I typically read a lot of mysteries, murder mysteries, and romance novels, and a little bit of memoirs too, like celebrity memoirs and stuff. So yeah, love this. Excited to read this one. This next one is a romance. It's called The Boyfriend Project, and I have never heard of this, but apparently the main character, her name is Samaya. So she's been catfished by her boyfriend for several years, and she's like, you know what, I'm so tired of the BS that dating life is, so I'm gonna create my own dating app. So she ends up meeting and falling for one of her coworkers who also works for this dating app company. So this is pretty fun. I don't know why, I've been reading a lot of books about dating apps. Like, this is probably my 3rd dating app book this year, and I don't even use dating apps. Like, I cannot stand them, but I think they're so funny when people talk about it, and it's about their horror stories on dating apps. Although some people do have, you know, positive ends to using a dating app. Anyway, this one sounds like a really interesting one. And the girl that was ringing me up, she said that she read this one and she was like, I feel like Black authored books, like the characters in the books have so much more character and like personality compared to other books. And I was like, girl, I can't agree more. Like, why do I want to know what everything looks like? No, I want to know what they're thinking. So she said she read this one. I'm really excited to read it. She was also telling me about this book. So it's called Bitter, and this one is technically a sequel. However, it lays the groundwork for what actually happens in the first book, right? So this one is kind of like a pre-story, but I have never read any of the stories. So this one is about a girl named Bitter who grows up in foster care. Kind of like a coming of age novel, which again, I normally don't read coming of age stories. I feel like I've read a lot of white authored coming of age stories, and I was very unimpressed, to be totally honest. What was the one that I read before? Oh my gosh, I know why the Crawdad Sings, or damn, no, what is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about, the Crawdad one. What is that book called? Anyway, it was made into a movie, and the author went AWOL and is somehow like maybe potentially allegedly associated with a murder. That book, I read it, everyone was like, oh my god, this was so great. It was such a great book. It was awful. I hated that book so much. But this one is a Black authored one, and the girl that was reading me up said that she really liked the first one, Pet, which is the first book of this series. So I am reading the second one first. However, this one kind of lays the groundwork for the first book, which is Pet. So we'll see what this one is. I think I'm gonna start with this one. Actually, I don't know where I'm gonna start. Which one do you guys think I should start with? Let me know in the comments. So the next one is The Other Mistress. This one is about a self-made millionaire woman whose husband is cheating on her. So she's trying to figure out why the hell is he cheating on her. She befriends the mistress, right? And then tries to figure out like what is actually going on. I think this is so sneaky. This is like FBI work without Instagram, and I love that. Like, I am here for this. So I'm excited to read this one. Again, it's another blue book. Like, I don't know what it was about the blue books that stuck out to me today. The next book is Everything, Everything, which this one is a white book, which I normally don't read white books, but this one is a YA. So it's about a woman who has, a girl who has a very famous disease, but it's very, very rare. So she's really going through life and trying to figure out like how to live with this disease till she meets this man or this boy that she falls in love with. So it kind of reminded me of The Fault in Our Stars, at least the back of it. I'm really excited to see where this one takes me. I don't really know. Oh my God, is my camera about to die? No! My camera did die, we're back. I charged her. Okay, what was I talking about? Oh, Everything, Everything. So this one reminds me a lot of The Fault in Our Stars, and I don't know if you guys read that book or saw the movie, but it was about a girl who had cancer, and then she met the love of her life while she was going through chemo in the hospital, and it talks about like their love story. At the end, he dies, right? So I'm really, really hoping that nobody dies in this book. I'm really hoping it, but I'm really excited for this. I haven't read a book like this in a while. I think The Fault in Our Stars is probably the closest I've ever read to like a sick type of book, if you know what I mean. So yeah, this one is exciting. Girl, I just saw something. Yeah, so this one should be really good. I'm pretty excited to hear about that. Okay, so this was book number 5. Let's keep going. This one is The Wangs versus the World, and this is another Asian American novel. Again, I've been really into that lately, so we're gonna go with it. So this one is about the Wangs, who's an immigrant family who are going from riches to rags, kind of like name brand rags though. They are moving across the country from Santa Barbara, I believe. Wait, from Santa Barbara? Or, oh, from Bel Air to New York. So this is really interesting. I have not heard of the opposite story in a long time. I actually really love the story Crazy Rich Asians. Like all of the like rich Asian TV shows, movies and stuff, like I'm obsessed with, right? So this is the total opposite of that. So I'm really interested to see how this one goes. I haven't read any of Jade Chang's novels, but she did write the book Fresh Little Miss Sunshine. So if I like this one, maybe I'll tune into her other books. So I'm really interested to see this one. And she lives in LA, so that's pretty cool. Now the next one is They Both Die at the End. So at least this one tells you what's gonna happen at the end, right? Not like everything. Anyway, so this one is about, oh my gosh, what did I do with my hair? So this is about two guys who are complete and total stranger with each other, but they get the death cast calls, which pretty much tells them that they're gonna die in less than 24 hours, and they are both individually on a quest to make friends before their death time. But to find the friend that they are seeking, they're gonna use this app called The Last Friend, which is actually made for this purpose, like to find a new friend before their end day or their death day. This is such a weird type of novel to me, and there was actually an era where I used to be obsessed with dystopian and utopian novels. Like I would read both of those like back to back. I love those type of stories. I haven't read one like that in a really long time. The last one I probably read was maybe the Divergent series, which to be honest, I didn't even read the last book of that series, so I think I got tired of it at that point. Speaking of which, I have not read the newest one. So if you guys have read that one, let me know what you think. I was just gonna go see it in the theaters. Sorry, I'm gonna be honest, right? Like I wasn't planning on reading it because I didn't even finish the rest of the series, right? So if I didn't finish the series, then like, what makes me think I'm gonna read an additional book? Anyway, different story. This one kind of reminds me of that though, like a nice dystopian futuristic kind of novel. Yeah, I'm really interested to see how this one goes. If you even notice, all the books I have bought were blue. Like Literally, they're all blue. Okay, and then as a part of my gifts, like I said, I did get a free gift because I spent over $20. I spent well over $20. But the gift that I got was the Carrie Washington book, Thicker Than Water. So I think this is a signed copy. Yes, it is. It's a signed copy. I love getting signed copies. They actually had a little shelf in the store that was for all the signed copies that you can get, so I thought it was really cool. Also, sidebar, I got this bookmark that says read banned books. So if you see me do a video of me reading banned books, and let me know in the comments. But yeah, so I got Carrie Washington memoirs, and it's a hardcover. Like, they gave me this hardcover for free. Super excited about it. To be totally honest, I have never watched Scandal. Like, I've seen episodes here and there, but I didn't really follow it. And I haven't followed much of Carrie Washington, but I typically do reading vlogs of celebrity memoirs. So if that's something that you're interested in seeing, let me know, because I would definitely like show you guys and tell you guys what this book is about. I haven't seen too many people talking about it on YouTube. Maybe I'm not on the right side of YouTube just yet, but yeah, I got this book totally for free. I am really happy about it. I love that bookstore. It's so cute. It's very cozy, but they have such a variety of titles. Like, it's actually insane. Yeah, I'm really happy that I went there. I think I did sign up for a rewards program. I don't know if I did. Anyway, if you guys want to know any of my feedback or comments about these books after I read them, after reading them, I should be finished with my 52 book goal. Yeah, I'm really excited to get through this. I think I'm gonna start with Bitter. I think that's the one I'm gonna start with first. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.